don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favors, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true. Good morning, welcome to In Plain Sight. We have a very, very, very good one here for you today. And no, that is not an Among Us character. In case you're wondering, some of you might have at least know about the game. You've seen at least minimum, you've seen some memes about them. Among Us is a catch the killer kind of game. You know, people who are anonymously taking people out on it. Anyway, go look it up and you'll see and come back to this guy. Yeah. Anyway, that's not the situation. However, he does kind of fit the bill when it comes to certain things that he's done. Hey, look, it's one of those cases. I watched the whole way through, and I still don't believe what I saw. Like I'm baffled. But again, this is human nature. We tend to scare each other really, really bad. We're almost worse than aminals. All right, let's see how this one goes.
She made a complaint. It says somebody was in the basement and they were injured.
Man, that. Y'all gotta go.
Well, I gotta ask. I mean, because you're making me.
No, sir.
Well, you're making me a little suspicious now.
There ain't nobody tied up in the basement. Can we look? No.
But why would a crackhead say that about
the crackheads? Probably because they want more crack, bro.
I heard that line already, and no matter how many times I hear it, same reaction. He's got a point. He's got a point. Crackheads will say a lot of things to get more crack. But please, don't assume that just because they want to say something that it's a lie. They could be telling the truth for some crack too. That was rich though. That was really good.
Is anybody on that front porch?
No.
So what's that noise I keep hearing? That you keep turning the music up on every time I hear something.
Oh, Jesus.
When police respond to a report of a woman imprisoned in a local residence, they encounter a bizarre homeowner who says their very presence is putting him in danger, but there's no sign of a woman. It's not until a second call brings them back that the cops go inside and make a shocking discovery that's beyond anything they could have imagined. The following report is based on official police records. On the afternoon of May 2nd, 2023, a woman calls 911 in Cleveland, Ohio, to share a disturbing story she just heard from a frightened stranger.
I was just calling because I was at this store, right? And this lady had came out of nowhere and was just like all hysterical and scared and stuff or whatever. I don't know where she went to, but she said that this lady was supposed to be tied up in this basement. Now, I'm only calling because I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight knowing that somebody might be tied up, even if it is a lie or whatever. I kind of believe her because the way she was scared. Like, no, she didn't say anything else.
Officers with the Cleveland Police Department arrive at the address moments later.
Police.
There's music coming from the back. Hello?
That's right.
After a full 3 minutes of knocking, the police finally get a response from inside.
Bro, y'all can't be here like this.
Oh, look.
You can't be here like this, bro.
I'm just knocking on your door.
I understand that, but you making me hot.
What does that mean?
I'm about to come out.
All right, come on out.
All right.
Now the story you're about to hear, I didn't make this up. It's him, but the story you're about to hear is a wild one. You can believe it or you cannot believe it, but this is a story he's going to give, and I don't think you're ready for it. But when you hear it, he should be in Hollywood. He really should, because he's the man. Okay.
How you doing, sir?
Y'all can't be out here like this.
Just so you know, everything's recorded.
Listen.
Yes?
Turn those cameras off, please.
Well, what's going on?
Can you please turn the cameras off?
You have to give me a reason, and I can.
You guys are making my spot hot. I work for you guys, okay? Long story short, I work for you guys. Please get out here. You guys are blowing the spot up. All right?
Who do you work for?
I can't tell you that.
Why?
I cannot tell you that because I'm not allowed to tell you that. Okay, so just understand that.
Well, here,
Go home.
we have a call. Here, sir, let me just tell you why we're here and then we'll leave. It could be nothing. I don't know. I don't know anything about you.
All right, I'm just saying y'all can't be here. Y'all making my spot hot. All right?
After pushing the cops to leave, the man finally asks what brought them here to begin with.
What was your call about?
Did you have a female here earlier that was a white female in a black coat?
Hell no, bro.
All right. Well, here's the
Y'all can't be
complaint.
here.
Here's the complaint.
What's the complaint?
She made a complaint. It says somebody was in the basement and they were injured.
Man, that. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta
Well,
go.
I gotta ask. I mean, because you're making
No,
me.
sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Well, you're making me a little suspicious now.
Man, listen, you need to leave.
Not only do the police stick around, more of them soon arrive.
Oh my God, there's too many f***ing people here.
Well, it's no big deal, man.
Man, it is a big deal.
What?
I'm trying to tell you guys. Up.
Well, we were told that
Damn.
the lady's tied up in the basement.
There ain't nobody tied up in the basement.
Can we look?
No, no, but like,
Why not?
because I say so.
Is someone tied up down there?
No,
What's your name, buddy?
I can't tell you that, bro.
What do you mean you can't tell me that?
I'm trying to tell you I'm a confidential informant. That's all I have to say. You guys are bugging right now. You guys are
No,
bugging.
that's not all you have to say. Who told you that?
I can't say nothing else.
Well, if
Please,
there's someone tied up in the basement, we got
there's
a problem.
nobody in the basement. I just what I
So
really,
why can't I look?
why do you
Because all that stuff that went on in the past with those three girls, man, we got to take this seriously.
what three
Look into
girls?
it.
What three girls?
Gina,
I don't know them.
all
Man,
that
y'all-
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
No.
I'm
If
about
we
to
don't take this seriously,
I'm
and
about
there's
to give
something
you
going
my, I'm
on.
about to give you my social security number.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go. Stop. Please don't
That's
do
all
that.
right.
Please
We're
don't.
not going in without you.
Yeah, you can't do that. Tell him please not to do that.
While the
Well, you heard it. I'm not going to try and quantify it. He said he's a confidential informant. The first question is whether or not a confidential informant would say he's a confidential informant out loud when he's supposed to remain a confidential informant while complaining that they're making his confidential informant until he, known to the neighborhood, but you shouting it out. And then you're so confident that you're a confidential informant that you're going to give them your social security number, but you can't give them your name. Okay, look, hey, look, stranger things have happened. I haven't seen it yet, but this I'm sure stranger things have happened. Wow. All right.
a man appears to believe that his status as a confidential informant puts him above suspicion. The police don't share that view.
Detective Smith, please, go.
Which
Please.
Smith?
Detective Smith,
The one in.
second district. Okay, that's how you know I'm not.
Okay, well, I guarantee.
His phone number's right here.
No, listen,
I'm not
we'll
gonna
call
play
him.
with y'all.
Listen, we'll
Don't
call
call
him.
him. Don't.
Well, why
don't
wouldn't I
call him
call
here.
him?
Don't
Listen,
call him
will
here.
you stop talking for a
I
moment?
can't, bro. My life is on the line.
Who's on the line? All you had to do was talk to us. You're the one who came outside.
Y'all don't know what's going on, baby boy. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
I got
once
drug
again-
dealers and everything that drive past there, and I got 5 cars out here.
All right.
Y'all about to get me killed out this.
Well, why are you acting this way?
How you understand why I'm acting this way, dude? Bro,
And if we have to call Detective Smith and say, hey, do you think this guy would have a girl tied up in his basement?
he's gonna say no.
Is he?
100%, bro. I just
He's
left.
willing to risk his career for all that?
You think I'm? Oh my gosh, you're gonna take a crackhead's word over Detective Smith's word, right?
I haven't spoken to Detective Smith.
Well, you're gonna talk to him. He's gonna let you know what's going on. I was down there for an hour with him yesterday.
Okay.
I just left my probation
But
officer.
why would somebody say that?
Crackheads.
But why would a
They're
crackhead
crackheads.
say that about
They're
you?
crackheads, but probably because they want more crack, bro.
It's the ease. He said it's so smooth and it just came right out.
Do you have crack?
No, I'm not gonna. Why would I say that? Why would you ask me that on camera?
I don't
Why would
know.
you do that to me? I know I don't have no crack.
It's my job. Well, why would the crackhead be here then?
This man is wow.
And the most confidential informants don't come screaming out the back door, I'm a confidential informant, do they?
Despite the suspicious circumstances, the police sergeant lets the man, Delante Edmund Guyger, go back inside his home while the other cops contemplate what they've heard.
Have you ever, like, actually dealt with a confidential informant?
Yeah. And every time they're up to no good and they're confident, that's what they do.
That's how they act?
Yeah, that's how they act. So I don't know what's up. My only fear is there's somebody really in the basement.
I actually think he's freaking out like that because he's
Up to no good.
yeah.
He's gonna let us in. He's real sketchy. He said need another guy, but you're coming to him and tell him you're on probation. It's a training thing. And then these guys will wait by the back door in case you scream for help.
Like girls. Ah!
Right. Like loud music playing, so you can hear the screams.
If it's a joke, it's one that will become much less funny before this day is through.
Hey, remind you to listen to
No, dude, there's too much going on. No,
Just
no.
All right, stand outside. Leave this crack though in case you scream.
Nobody about to do nothing to y'all, dude. You guys got guns.
No. Seriously, y'all fuck crack. Just in case you scream.
No, bro.
They're not coming in.
Oh,
You have my word. Let's just start screaming.
With that, the police go into the residence, and as the sergeant checks the basement, his backup waits upstairs with Delante.
I got PTSD.
All right.
I've been stabbed 7 times, shot twice.
Well, have we done any of that?
No. It's just I'm trying to change my life and work with the police. I'm like, I just don't do that every day. You feel me?
Turn that down for a minute. There we go. Actually, turn it off until we leave and you do what you want. That way I can hear everybody.
Hey, boys.
It's me.
You notice that he turned music on. Just want you to make sure we catch all that. And according to the narrator, that's going to come in. Well, here's a I'm not going to be a spoiler for you. I'm not going to be a spoiler. His confidentiality seems to be in himself. He has mad confidence in himself. And you're about to see exactly how confident he is. Like he's mad confident.
All right, so what? Someone just pissed off at you or something?
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Put the gloves for these. Never come back here again. Okay? You all right, babe?
I'm having your hand.
Well, let's see.
I got scratched.
Like what?
Yeah. I'm about to walk to the store right behind you guys.
Okay.
Oh, nothing down there.
So confident he should leave the house. High fives. Bumps.
No cost.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. You might want to. Never did.
I know.
As it turns out, the cops will be back sooner than they may have thought. That evening, a woman tips them off that Delante showed her pictures of a woman being tortured and zip-tied to a chair, warning that he would soon do the same to her. The police go back to the house at midnight, and once again, it's not easy to get someone to the door.
Hey, Sergeant Everton, good place.
Yes, starting. So I appreciate this. There's a lot of for this. Yeah, you know my nerves. This shit. What's up, bro? How y'all doing? Same people.
Mm-hmm. I might know overtime now.
I need y'all to come through the back door, okay?
Yeah, you do.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
That's sure. Sorry for not letting you in earlier, bro. Sorry for my attitude, okay?
It's all good.
Give me 5 seconds.
Maybe the back there.
All y'all.
The police head around the house to meet with Delante, but as one officer stays behind, he hears some loud movements coming from within. Delante soon lets the cops in, and they head straight down to the basement to continue the search they cut short this afternoon.
Now, one might think these cops are harassing this man. How dare they? They don't have any proof that he's done anything. Just these crazy crackheads calling all the time. And yeah, he's eccentric. Okay. Delante's a little bit out there. He might just be one of those dudes that he might be right. He might not be 100% right. All I am is a former street dude that I used to hustle, and now I'm become a flip Okay, and because I flipped, I have to be really careful about who I let into my house, who I talk to, because I don't want my people's knowing that I'm a snitch. And if they find out I'm a snitch, I'm a dead man. And all that could be true. Could. I'll say now it could be true, but I also tell you now, other things might be afoot or a hand. Let's find out for sure. Okay.
So, if you smell bleach or something, my nose doesn't always look good.
Okay. Now I smell cat pee, so.
The basement again seems to be absent of any victims, tied up or otherwise, but this time the cops are determined to search the entire house.
Damn, this my doghouse. Oh. I'll be on house. I got tours all over. Y'all want to see tours all over here.
Now I'm gonna say that's a pretty nice house, though, overall. Could do it tomorrow.
I'm about to close the door on you. There's another door behind this door. Okay.
Yeah, I hang out up here because this is rather fresh.
Over where you got this section off, there's nobody.
Fireplace and everything.
There's some blood right here. There's some blood, like dried blood, I think.
There doesn't appear to be anyone else in the house, but suspicions are mounting, not the least because Delante has decided the search requires an extremely loud soundtrack.
Just turn it down. Did you guys find everything? Sir. Turn it down.
And y'all might think, why loud music? They didn't find anybody in the house. There's nobody in the house. Why is he turning up the music very loudly? Because he likes rap music, and he's trying to help the cops like rap music too. This is what you call culturally helping the other person learn. If you believe that, then I don't know how to help you out, man. I don't know how to help you. My first thought was he hiding something. I just couldn't figure out what. I would have never figured out what. None of y'all gonna figure out what it is. None of y'all without seeing before this, none of y'all will ever guess. I'm promising you that. I'd put money on that. You'd never guess. Watch.
All the way down. Please turn it all the way down. You're finding anything? Sir. Yeah, it's something on the floor, but I know you see some down. I'll have turn the music down. Can you turn the music down? Still way, so.
You notice how much she's sweating too, right? Okay. There's a lot of sweat. Just make sure you log that. I know he hasn't been running track.
No, turn the music off.
Okay.
With the newfound silence, the police turn to Delante, determined to finally get to the bottom of this runaround. But even on a day filled with rumors, strange claims, and unsettling tips, none of them are prepared for what comes next.
Nope.
Is anybody on that front porch? No. So what's that noise I keep hearing? That you keep turning the music up on every time I hear something? Is anybody on there?
I heard him dragging something out when we went from the front to the back too, just so you know.
Is anybody in that front? Because I heard voices or movement and noise. Yeah. Who's up there? Who's out there?
Sweating a lot.
What is it? Can you hear it?
Listen.
Oh, please. Who's out there? Where are you at?
She's under. There's a thing under. Remember I shined my flashlight when you guys went back there?
All right.
Police.
You're hearing correctly. There is a voice coming from the porch. And they assume under the porch. Lattice work, crawl space under the porch. The music he was playing was to cover her saying, "Help me, help me, help me. This man done got me tied up. Help me, help me, help me, help me." Now, if you assumed and you figured out it's going to be on the porch, Congratulations to you for figuring that part out. But I said none of y'all gonna guess. And I think I'm still 100% right, because you might still be a little bit off. When I tell you this is wild, watch.
All right. Yeah, I heard him sliding something under there when he went from the front to the back.
Where you at?
Where you at, man?
We're looking. How you got through? It looks like a box.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Tell me.
Now you see the size of that bin, right? You recognize the size of that bin? Does that look human size to you? Oh, it doesn't look human size, huh? No. I recently moved, and I can fit a bunch of spices and stuff in that, maybe some books, but I don't think I could have folded up my 10-year-old. But that's what the voice is. Just watch.
I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed.
All right.
Okay.
How old are you?
60.
6-year-old female.
Oh my God. Yes.
Are you injured besides that?
I'm paralyzed.
You're paralyzed.
I'm paralyzed.
What's your name?
Cheryl Cyrus.
Is she like Carol?
Carol? All right, Carol.
No, Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Yeah. My legs out. How about
We got the EMS coming. I don't want to move you because I don't want to hurt you more. Can you breathe?
I can now.
I told you wouldn't figure it out. How many of you had woman folded up in tote bin on your bingo card for this one? Like, be honest with yourself. Did you have, when I said you ain't gonna guess it, she gonna be folded up on the porch in a tote bin? If you figured that one out, you need to be investigating crime scene, sir, ma'am.
Okay.
How long Cheryl?
The police escort Delante out of the house as they try to make sense of the bizarre discovery they've made on his front porch.
Cheryl, do you know, is there anyone else here with you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Cheryl, how long have you been there, honey? Lucy, for how long?
I don't know. They hurt.
You heard? We want to get you out of there, but I'm afraid to move you. I'm going to let EMS do all that, okay?
They're the best.
What did he do to you? He did what? Hey, son, you want fire to come, at least get her upright and they throw her backboard? I know, we get fire here, they can all hear. No, but we've got no ETA on EMS. There's no dispatch. Huh? Did he stab you?
Yeah.
Where did he stab you, think? His arm? Yeah. Did he sexually assault you at all? Do you know how long you've been here?
Yeah.
Is it just one day?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even with Cheryl Cyrus somewhat responsive to their questions, there's nothing that can fully explain what's going on.
What's the story here?
Dude, there's a lot.
Understatement of the year. Understatement of the year. There's a lot. A lot. I think there's more than a lot going on here.
I don't even know where to begin. This might not be the only victim, but we just searched the house and didn't find anything else.
As rescue personnel get Cheryl free of the box and transported to the hospital, police conduct another search of the home.
She was supposed to be wearing a pink hoodie and pants. So she had, no, she was completely nude.
Oh, Jesus. Cat scared the hell out of me. And the attic's done.
Yeah.
There was a pink hoodie, that was it.
Did
Did she say it was this room or?
She just said that like he was transporting her from like the basement up here and like
that there was going to be an AK-47 in here, drugs.
Yeah.
We have to pull it apart and find a serial number.
There's no sign of any other victims in the house, but the one they did find will give detectives more than enough to discuss with Delante when they visit him in jail the following night.
Obviously, we know some bad things did go down yesterday. Do want to give you a chance to go over it.
I'm a confidential informant for Detective Larry Smith out of the 2nd District.
Okay.
Okay.
How long have you been doing that for?
About a week and a half now.
Okay.
About a week and a half. And I was open as but I wasn't going to kill her. No. I wasn't going to. I've been feeding her, and you know what I'm saying. But I just can't have her out on this. Because I'm working with Detective Smith, trying to get him to whatever. 5 AKs, 4 Glocks, 3. That's supposed to be going into the valley like next week.
I want y'all to understand the logic here. Okay. Now, before entering this arena of podcasting, I didn't know a whole lot about how snitches worked and how people flip and all that stuff. But I've since had some conversations with people who are familiar with that. And a lot of the times they get cocky. Okay. They get to the point where they believe that because they're a snitch now, they have protections of the popo, and they get so comfy that they become arrogant, and they go from arrogance to stupidity. So I'm going to ask the question, what in your mind, sir, does guns and getting it to the authorities have to do with a woman in a bin? I just want to know how you made that jump. I'm trying to get the popo some guns that's supposed to hit the streets next week. I need to get me a white woman, put it in a bin. I need to whoop up on somebody and beat them up. I feed her though. Hey, look, I feed her so good. I feed her. I mean, she wasn't dead. Small miracles, I guess. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get him big red who moves 6 ounces a day on coke crack. And I'm trying to get him those who descriptions of ounces a day, but like I found out that this is that, and you know what I'm saying? If I was,
You found out that what?
that the lady that what I was taking care of in my house is a rat, and if she don't get back out on the street, I'll explode.
Delante, who calls Cheryl Cece, claims she's an addict, one among many who frequent his house.
Well, she's always at my house smoking dope.
Okay.
Sometimes I take care of everybody on the streets, all the fiends. That's where they live at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Long story short, that's ground zero for the crackheads.
According to Delante, the entire situation began on April 27th, 5 days before police showed up at his house, wanting to search the basement. In an incident partially corroborated by police records, the car Delante was driving was pulled over by vice cops. He says Cheryl was in the car as well.
I left my house, and before I got 4 tires on the street, the police is hitting the block. I don't know what the f going on. I'm swerving around up on the sidewalk trying to get around because I don't know what's going on. Guns in my face, get out the car, get out. What are you guys doing? Turn the car off, empty out your pockets. I ain't got nothing, bro. Y'all tripping like y'all just up. Like, what's going on? I had to steal. Oh yeah, you better, we can get you for this. And since that dope is right here, we're gonna get you for that, man. Listen, bro, I cannot go back to prison, bro. What do you need me to do?
Delante says that was when one of the detectives took his phone, programmed his number into it, and told him, "You're working for me now." But it was how the police treated Cheryl, the woman they would later find in a box on his front porch, that really got his attention.
Detective told her, thank you, bye. Okay. Detective Smith said, thank you, bye. Keep on walking. Okay. Listen to the detectives, and we all got out the car. The detective's like, you can go, thank you. Okay. We didn't get searched. It's credit about $200 worth of dope in the car and scale, and you didn't even get searched.
He concluded that Cheryl had set up the traffic stop and would now know that he'd been turned into a confidential informant for the police. The next time Cheryl came over to his house, he decided he couldn't let her leave.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out. The story sounds compelling as hell, right? corroboration on some points. Is all, man, I can't let her go. I can't let her leave. I cannot do that. Now, how many options does he have? Let's see here. He has the option of calling Sergeant Smith, telling him. He has the option of calling some other cop, telling him. He has the option of ignoring being a snitch. He has the option of going and telling his boys and have his boys take care. He has a few options. The one he picks, however, is taking Cheryl and handling the situation through her by erasing her from the public view. Okay.
And I feel like my life is in danger, bro. People have tried to kill me 3 times already. You feel me? I've been shot in my I don't need my underarm, blood, all type of weird. It's crazy. I felt like I was gonna die if I didn't hold her for like 2 days and tell her, like, let her know what was going on. I beat her up, I fed her, showered her, to all type of weird made sure she ate. But I just could not let her go back on the streets and tell everybody that I was working for y'all.
Like everything that went through, like the time where you and Cece were together, like what happened during those days?
I just punched on her, slapped on her, tell her good. Punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her, moved her from the basement to another room, fed her, showered her, gave her some water, put a blanket over her. I'm just telling you the truth, bro.
No, that's fine.
No.
Okay.
Is that what you about to ask me?
No,
I was about to ask me.
No, like were you giving her drugs and stuff like that?
Nah, why would I give her my drugs?
Huh. Do you just hear me out? I don't know if this is the truth about snitches or not. I don't know. I don't know. Are snitches notoriously stupid? Are they? For real though, for real. No, y'all got to answer my question. Y'all, man. Are they? Why would I give her my drugs? Negro, you're not supposed to have any. Like, I think I understand why Kevin Hart does that now. Because it makes sense when your brain can't comprehend what you're thinking. Why would I give her? I need. Oh man! All right.
Why the would I do that?
Man. I didn't know.
Hell no.
All right. So at any point was she asking to leave, different things like that?
She has nowhere to go.
Okay.
She has nowhere to go. All she was just asking was why. Stop. I won't do it again. I'll never tell. Blast, please. I'll never tell. I know I deserve this, but I'll never tell. Like, that's a culture in the streets.
While Delante speaks to detectives, Cheryl lies in the intensive care unit on a ventilator in what the hospital classifies as declining critical condition. In addition to being on dialysis, she's suffering from swelling to the head and brain, broken ribs, a collapsed lung, and multiple spinal fractures. But according to Delante, it could be worse.
Go kill her. That would have been dead. Long story short, if I wanted to kill her, she would have been dead. So facts.
Delante says that, among other things, he had Cheryl sit down and write, "I am a snitch," and "I am a rat" over and over again. It's worth noting that while the police report from the traffic stop identifies 2 passengers, neither of them were named Cheryl.
So when cops showed up the first time yesterday with you and stuff like that, they
actually checked the basement.
Yeah.
She wasn't in the basement. She was upstairs laying down in the bed.
So
they went down in the basement.
So let me ask you, because there was a moment in time, I wasn't there, so I can't speak on it or anything. So there was a moment to where, like, you were still inside the house for a little bit. Did you have to call anybody to ask if you should let the cops in or anything like that?
My detective.
So then at that point, he told you just to let them in if they want to check the basement.
Yeah. He said they're not gonna. He said Case like a matter like this, they're not going anywhere until you let them in the house and check the basement. If you don't, they're just going to come back with a search warrant and check it anyways. I said, all right, back. 5 minutes. Tell them to come in 5 minutes. Took me 3 minutes to put her upstairs in the bed. And 2 minutes to let them in the house, and 1 minute for them to not do their job and go home. They only wanted to search one room. They searched that one room. She wasn't there and they left. Okay. Stupid them. All right. So.
Stupid them. Wow. Okay.
Right? You should search the whole house. Yeah. We found somebody's in the basement. Okay, come on in. Check down in the basement. Nobody's there. See you later, sir. Job. Y'all supposed to open up the tables, open up the refrigerator? That's a horrible job on your part.
Yeah, and then if they did that, then you'd have grounds to say they were illegally searching your house for something they had no grounds on, just speculation. No, they did fine. They did fine. They did exactly what was necessary on their part. That's wild that you're putting the blame on them for not finding her, but not on you for putting her in that position. That's an interesting way to look at it. Well, if they had done their job and found her, it wouldn't have been the case. I was just punching her in the head and stuff, but I was feeding her.
Horrible job. I'll be the first to say it. A missing body.
Pretty serious.
Yeah. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, next time, take it serious.
After accepting Delante's feedback on their police work, the detectives move on to the second visit to his home that night.
Yeah, so the first time the police came, you said you moved her upstairs, right? And then she was upstairs. Obviously, the second time the police came, she was in that tote, right? How did that go down in between there?
Well, they really wanted to check upstairs.
Right, but I'm saying, how did she get in there?
I put her in there.
Okay.
And put her downstairs and put her on the porch.
Okay.
Anything else?
Why'd you have the music going so loud?
Just in case if she made noise, they wouldn't hear her.
When Cheryl improves to the point that she can speak to detectives, she tells them that Delante, who was her dealer, turned on her and accused her of being a narc. Over a period of days, he beat her, stabbed her, dragged her across the floor, broke a television over her head, and put her in several different containers.
Damn. Damn. So let me get this right. You a snitch and you mad at somebody else who's in the same position you're in. I just want to make sure I get this right because I'm confused. Here's why I'm confused. Delante say he a snitch for the popo. Cheryl a snitch for the popo. Now he afraid that the snitch gonna snitch on the snitch. So the snitch gonna get stitches. So he decided to give the snitch who was going to snitch on the snitch stitches so the snitch couldn't give the info on the snitch to the rest of the people. Okay. I see the logic now. Rules for me, not for thee. I don't want to get stitches for being a snitch, so I'm going to give the snitch that I suspect is a snitch stitches so they can't snitch. All right. I think I got it now. I think I got the code down. First come, first serve. I get it. All right.
She says he also poured water on her to the point she couldn't breathe and fed her addiction so she could endure the pain. Even still, Delante appears hopeful that this will mostly blow over.
Are y'all going to try to help me or not?
Well, like I said, it'll go from there once you see the judge and like the case starts moving forward.
No, but you guys have to talk to the judge though and let her know that I am a confidential informant and that like I am working with police.
That's not how that works. Delante, listen. You might be working with the police on certain things, but working with the police doesn't give you that many allowances where you can just decide one day I'm going to go almost kill a woman. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not the permission they gave you. Is this not processing for you?
Like I understand I'm in trouble. But what I need you guys to do is like,
well, I'll put in the paperwork to let them know for,
you know what I'm saying? Because I like doing my job. I like my job. And like, I don't want guns on the streets. I don't want drugs on the streets. I can't do that if I'm in here.
You don't want drugs in the streets, but you have drugs.
Detective Smith will buy me out. Believe it or not, if I get a bond, he'll come buy me out. You know what I'm saying? So I just need a bond. And DT Smith will come buy me out, and I'm going right back to work.
But that doesn't happen, and Delante is soon informed that his bond will be set for $750,000. News that he responds to with a middle finger at his hearing. 11 days after his interrogation, he's still in jail when he speaks to his mom on the phone.
You think they lower my bond? If they lower my bond to like 200,000, dude, I got enough collateral to buy myself out. I already talked to the bills behind it. He said, just bring me my collateral, bring me my dump truck, bring him my trailer, my tools, and I told her I had to put one of my businesses in. And I'm like, that's when he said you got to lower your bond.
We just got to see tomorrow when you go to court.
If you're doing all that, Delante, why the hell are you doing drugs and selling, man? Why? Like, it don't make no sense to me. I'm hearing your story, all right? If you got the kind of skills you say you got, where you have a business and you got tools, why? You obviously had enough wherewithal to buy a house. I don't get that.
The worst outcome that comes out of this for you is might be 5 years in a asylum.
But things turn out a bit differently. At a court hearing 6 months later, Cheryl Cyrus recounted the horrors inflicted upon her and told the judge that she remained 98% paralyzed and dependent on others for her basic needs. Delante Edmund Guyger pled guilty to 1 count of felonious assault, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of possessing a weapon under disability, and 1 count of tampering with evidence. In November 2023, the judge said, "I've never seen an offense like this in my time on the bench," and sentenced Edmund Guyger to 16 to 20 years in prison with an expected release date of April 2039. He's currently incarcerated at the Trumbull Correctional Institution. If you'd like to see
Jeez. I'm going to tell y'all now, I don't see how the streets are worth it, bro. I just don't see it. In doing this proves to me that the choice I made, I'm good with. I'm so good with it. That's too much to juggle. That's too much. I'd get neck pain from having to look over my shoulder that much. I'm good. I'm good. Real good. So good. I wasn't built for it to begin with, so that's probably why I never went into it. But I don't see why what you did makes any sense more than what you're doing. Like, I don't get that, bro. Just the cockiness of being an informant, I guess, makes you think that you can do stuff and just be, the cops are going to call and say, "Nah, he's one of us, let him go." Even if that was the case, they'd be saying, you know what? He might be, but in this sketchy situation, he's really not one of us. We can't give him the same protections. If you do believe that, okay, but you're not one, though. You are indeed collateral damage. They can cut you free and pick up another one just like you. Probably one even better than you. And might be able to pick up one that won't ever have these issues, so they can definitely get done what they want done. You're expendable. But you thought you were the bee's knees. Well, found out the hard way, buddy. And what you did to that woman was rife sick. Some of these people, bro. Anyway, y'all might have a whole different view about this. You might have a different take altogether, but let me know what it is, and we'll vibe with you upon the next one. One wrong move, turn the present into the past. I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favorites, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review, so to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true. If you foul, that show up too. No miss, no spin, no cover up hype.